crime free. In Jamaica, now we're Jamaican for economy. No more breed the lasting. Revelation set. Eat what we grow. Grow what we eat. If it's good for our economy.
Welcome once again to Agrobuzz, our weekly agricultural program right here on Dorraine's Coffee Break, as we bring you more news and views and interviews on developments in the very important agricultural and agro-industrial sector. Today, we continue our focus on the livestock industry as we strive towards rebuilding the industry. Now, last year, the ministry commenced redevelopment of the Agricultural Research Station at Bodles, starting with a $50 million overhauling of the feed systems at the dairy unit in order to improve nutrition and productivity of cattle. Now, with the first phase now completed, work is now in progress on the expansion and upgrading of the infrastructure at Bodles to include improvement of the road network, farm buildings, water supply and irrigation systems, as well as the pastures, the greenhouse and seed and post-harvest facilities. But here today to give us an update on this project is... particularly relates to improvement in the livestock industry is our very special guest, Dwight Williams, who is Deputy Research Director at the Livestock Unit of the Ministry of Industry, Commerce, Agriculture and the Fisheries. Good morning, Mr. Williams. How's the morning?
Good morning, Dorraine. Good morning, listeners. Good morning, Jamaica.
Your morning sound very bright, man.
Yes.
Welcome to Agrobuzz.
Thanks.
All right. Now, I understand that there is a major transformation underway at the Bodles Research Station, costing millions of dollars. How much is being spent under this project and why? Tell us how much,
Yes, approximately $1 billion will be spent under the project. Some $800 million from the government of Jamaica. And approximately $200 million from our partners, such as the Jamaica Dairy Development Board, the FAO, the EU, the IDB, CARDI, and MICAF. Why? The government has identified agriculture sector as a key to grow the economy and an important aspect in achieving the nation's 2030 vision.
Yes.
So at the center of the sector must be a research and development, and as such, quite fitting must be a modernized agricultural research and development unit.
Definitely. Now, since 2017, there has been a buzz of activities at the Bodles Research Center station. Now, what are some of the upgrading work that have taken place to date under this major improvement project?
All right. Firstly, one must understand that development being undertaken is not just for livestock, but also for crops. Some rehabilitation of the North Bodles Farm Road, rehabilitation of pastures have commenced, rehabilitation and upgrade of irrigation and water supplies, remedial works to the piggery, which will lead into the construction of a new piggery facility.
I thought this was livestock. That's part of livestock?
Yes, man, that's livestock.
I think of livestock, you think of cow and cattle, yes.
Yes. We also have done already the acquisition of a total mixed ration wagon, of which we will be testing on Friday with our partners for the first time. We have acquired forage harvester, hay equipment, and irrigation travel. A new seed room within the crops unit is being constructed. 2 of the 3 phases have been completed, and while this facility is under the management of the Crop and Plant Protection Unit, it will also benefit livestock in the proper testing and storage of fodder seeds.
Okay. A lot of now, we mentioned like roads and stuff. You need the roads to go there, and so that's a great part of the project, you think?
Yes.
Now, among the concerns expressed about the agricultural sector is that of the major downturn in the livestock industry. Are there any new developments, initiatives taking place at Bodles to bring an improvement to this area, and give us an update on that?
Yes, well, capacity building is being explored. As such, technologies as embryo transfer activities will be part of our repertoire moving forward, in which some 10 technicians, not just from Bodles, but other agencies and the private sector will be trained in this technology. We'll also have molecular analysis. This will be introduced into the breeding program of nucleus breeding herds commencing with the Jamaica Hope breed. As soon as we get our new tractors for the production, will be ramped up to give support to the industry. And we have and will continue to disseminate breeding material at concessionary cost to the farming community. We have commenced the initiative in which semen from prize mills within the private sector are collected on behalf of those farmers, stored at borders, and we share the semen some 60-40%, in which 60 is for the farmers, 40% is for the ministry. And what this does is that, for instance, let's say the farmer loses this prize animal, whether to larceny or the animal drop and die, 10 years or 15 years down the line, there's still material that can be available to that farmer.
Oh, got you. Okay, then. Now, apart from Bordals, we have livestock at other research stations, don't we? And that's the developments of what's taking place there?
Yes. There are 4 outstations, 2 dedicated to crops. However, there is the Hounslow Sheep and Goat Demonstration and Training Center in St. Elizabeth, and as the name suggests, it's for sheep and goats.
Yes.
And the Montpellier Research Station in St. James. Major development has already been done at Hounslow, and its services are available to the farming community and stakeholders.
Okay.
New dormitories and accommodation with tutorial rooms, new pens, pastoral habitation. However, we have established a reproductive facility there, which will be further upgraded under this project, in which the embryo transfer work and training will be conducted. And this work will be extended to the Montpellier Research Station, in which the nucleus Jamaica Black and the Jamaica Pole Brahman herds are housed. Already, work has commenced under the Montpellier new director to revamp his forage program, which includes the upgrade of his fodder harvesting capabilities and the rehabilitation of pastures.
Wow. Seems that really wonderful things are going on to revamp this industry. So give us an update of some new developments we can look forward to in near future.
Well, the Research and Development Division will be modernized. And a consultant is now being engaged to look at its business model. And which will have a more effective, efficient, more sustainable agency in the future. New greenhouses will be placed. New livestock handling facilities that was not mentioned before. More comfortable environs for the staff. Laboratories, some of which have already been upgraded, are a few of the improvements that now come to mind.
Okay, wonderful. Well, that's all the time we have this morning, Mr. Dwight Williams, but you gave me a whole lot, and looking forward to many developments and modernization in the near future, eh?
Yes.
All right, you have a wonderful day now.
Thanks, Dorraine.
Okay. Speaking there to Mr. Dwight Williams, Deputy Research Director, the Livestock Unit of the Ministry of Industry, Commerce, Agriculture and Fisheries, giving us an update on the developments taking place in the livestock industry and more at the Bordals Research Station. Now, the Ministry would like to remind all stakeholders of the following procedures for export of produce. Packing house requirements should be obtained from the plant quarantine main office. Make an appointment for the inspection of the packing house by the plant quarantine inspector. If the packing house is approved, the following information must be provided: name and address of company, location of the packing house, name, address and telephone number of contact person. If the packing house is approved, the chief plant quarantine officer will prepare a letter to the export certification officer, JAMPRO, requesting that they proceed with the certification process. So for more information on what's happening in the agriculture and agro industry sector, please visit the ministry's website at micaf.gov.jm. Follow them on Twitter and check them on Facebook. And see you again next week for another Agrobuzz.
People go and go and catch crap. Take me advice. Me a big enough to stand. If the farmer want to locally.